Have you ever wondered if your retirement could be holding back both your peace of mind and your children's development? It's a tough question, but the truth is that the choices you make as you step into this new chapter could have a lasting impact on both your life and theirs. In this video, we're diving into 8 critical things you should never give your children in retirement. Decisions that can shape your family dynamic and your peace of mind for years to come. You might be thinking, I've worked hard all my life. Why shouldn't I offer support to my children during retirement? Well, that's exactly what we'll explore. The insights shared here aren't about withholding love, but rather about offering it in a way that empowers both you and your children to live fuller, more independent lives. From maintaining control over your home to setting boundaries with your emotional energy, each tip will help you find a balance that leads to a more peaceful, fulfilling retirement. Stay with us until the end, because these 8 powerful strategies will not only preserve your happiness and independence, but also guide your children to become stronger, more self-sufficient individuals. By making these mindful choices, you'll not only improve your quality of life, but set a strong example for your family to follow. If you're ready to unlock a more balanced and rewarding retirement, make sure to watch this video until the end. The decisions you make now could change everything for you and your children's future. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Your unconditional approval. The delicate and often intricate balance between love and discipline is one that every parent must navigate carefully. Approval, true, heartfelt approval, is one of the most powerful bridges you can build in a child's life. It serves as a foundation of support and affirmation that strengthens their confidence, encourages their growth, and nurtures their sense of belonging. But, while approval is crucial, the danger lies in offering it unconditionally for every action, without question, without pause. If we approve of everything they do, we unintentionally strip them of the most valuable lessons life has to offer. The lessons that shape their character and help them mature into thoughtful, responsible individuals. I have come to deeply believe that approval, when handed out indiscriminately, is not an act of kindness, but rather one of disservice. It can blind children to the realities of consequences and responsibility, and they may grow up expecting approval as a given rather than something they must earn through thoughtful choices and actions. Buddhist teachings often emphasize the balance between love and discipline, arguing that true love does not shy away from setting boundaries or holding a child accountable. This balance, this integration of love and discipline, is not only necessary but deeply transformative. It shapes a child's ability to discern right from wrong, to understand that their actions have a ripple effect on others, and to internalize the values of integrity and responsibility. In my own experience, I've come to realize that when we offer approval only for responsible behavior, we are teaching our children more than just a set of rules. We are showing them that love is not an unquestioning approval of everything they do, but a guiding light, a steady beacon that helps them navigate life's murky waters. This kind of love doesn't abandon them in their mistakes, but rather gently nudges them toward the right path, helping them develop the strength and wisdom to make better choices on their own. It's not a rejection of them. It's an affirmation of their potential and their ability to grow and evolve. In this way, love and discipline are not opposites. They are 2 sides of the same coin, inseparable and essential for raising a child who not only feels loved but also learns the importance of trust, responsibility, and self-respect. This is a difficult lesson, one that requires patience, self-reflection, and, sometimes, a deeply personal shift in how we view our role as parents. Ultimately, the message we impart is this: love, in its truest and most meaningful form, teaches children how to love themselves, by giving them the space to learn, to make mistakes, and to earn the respect and trust that comes with wise decisions. In this, we empower them to grow into the people they are meant to be, not by sheltering them from the world, but by equipping them with the tools they need to face it with courage and wisdom. 2. Your home. Your home is so much more than just a physical space. It is the cornerstone of your life, the anchor that provides a sense of peace, safety, and emotional security. It's where memories are created, where you can retreat after a long day, and where you feel most comfortable and in control of your environment. It represents your independence, your freedom to make choices, and your ability to live life on your terms. To hand over that sense of security, to surrender the keys to your sanctuary, can feel like letting go of a part of yourself. When you pass the ownership of your home to your children or others, it's easy to think that they will always be there to provide for you. But what happens if they can't? What if, for reasons beyond their control, they aren't in a position to support you in times of need? In that moment, you could find yourself vulnerable, without the safety net that a secure home provides. The emotional weight of that uncertainty is something no one should have to bear, especially as we grow older. Holding on to your home is not just about owning property. It's about holding on to your sense of self, your dignity, and the ability to decide where and how you live. It's a fundamental part of maintaining control over your life, ensuring that you can make decisions for yourself, even as other aspects of life become less certain. The thought of having that taken away can be deeply unsettling, leaving you with a feeling of helplessness that no one should have to face. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. If you are at a crossroads when it comes to your home, I urge you to think deeply about the long-term implications. It's so easy to make a hasty decision in the heat of the moment, but that choice could haunt you later. Take your time, weigh the consequences, and only take action when it's truly necessary. Retaining control over your home is more than just a financial decision. It's a deeply emotional one, and it plays a huge role in maintaining your independence, your peace of mind, and your sense of identity as you navigate through the later stages of life. 3. Respond to problems immediately. Responding immediately to every problem that arises for your children may feel like an act of love and protection, but it can have unintended consequences that hinder their growth in profound ways. Parenting, at its core, is driven by a deep, almost instinctual need to shield our children from hardship, to shield them from pain and disappointment. However, this instinct, while well-meaning, can become an obstacle in the long run. We must learn to step back, pause, and realize that the most valuable lessons are often born from struggle and perseverance. Rather than offering solutions right away, we should consider giving our children opportunities. Opportunities to think, to question, and to wrestle with their challenges. This, I believe, is where true growth happens, when they are allowed to face problems head-on, with the understanding that the journey to solving them is just as important as the solution itself. Buddhist teachings echo this sentiment beautifully, reminding us that each challenge we encounter in life holds within it the seed of personal growth. It is through facing adversity that we develop strength, wisdom, and resilience. By stepping back and not rushing to fix everything for them, we allow our children the space to find their answers, trust their instincts, and recognize their capacity to overcome obstacles. This doesn't mean abandoning them, but rather guiding them gently, offering a safe space for them to explore and discover. The result of this approach is not only that they grow into independent, self-sufficient individuals, but also that they develop a deep sense of self-confidence. They learn to trust in their problem-solving abilities, which will serve them well as they encounter future challenges in life. As parents, it's easy to get caught up in the desire to make things easier for our children, to shield them from every frustration and mistake. But I've come to realize that some of the greatest gifts we can give them are the opportunities to face hardship, to fail, and to rise stronger. These experiences will shape them into resilient, capable adults who can navigate life's complexities with grace and self-assurance. The process might be difficult and sometimes painful, but the growth that comes from it is irreplaceable. And in the end, that's the kind of strength that will stay with them forever. 4. Your identity. Your identity is a delicate, ever-evolving tapestry of roles, experiences, and personal growth. As a parent, you undoubtedly pour your heart into guiding and nurturing your children, watching them grow and develop into unique individuals. Parenthood is undeniably one of the most profound and transformative aspects of life, shaping not only the lives of your children but also your sense of self. However, it is crucial to remember that being a parent, while immensely important, is not the entirety of who you are. If you define yourself solely by this role, you may find yourself struggling with a sense of emptiness when your children eventually grow up and forge their paths. It's a sobering thought that, as much as we may want to hold on to our little ones, they will inevitably grow and leave the nest. This transition can leave us questioning our purpose, especially if we've tied our entire identity to the role of mother or father. That's why it's so vital to keep the other pieces of who you are alive and thriving. Your passions, your interests, the things that bring you joy and fulfillment outside of parenting. These are the vital sparks that will keep you grounded, inspired, and full of life, even when your children are no longer around you every day. These passions serve not only as a source of personal joy but as a beautiful example for your children. They need to see that you are not just their caregiver, but a person with your dreams, interests, and values. By nurturing these aspects of yourself, you teach them the invaluable lesson that it is possible to love and support others while still embracing your individuality. Being a role model doesn't just mean teaching them right from wrong. It means showing them that it's okay to be fully yourself, to be unapologetically passionate, and to continue growing and evolving throughout life. In doing so, you give them the space to cultivate their own identities, too. It's about balance, giving love, care, and attention to your children, but also giving love and attention to your soul. So, let your identity be rich, multifaceted, and ever-changing. The more you honor yourself, the more you can truly be there for them, offering a model of strength, authenticity, and deep, unshakable love. 5. Control your finances. When it comes to ensuring a stable, fulfilling future, the foundation is undoubtedly your finances. The idea of financial freedom, while often discussed, is not just about accumulating wealth or simply saving. True financial freedom comes from making deliberate, informed decisions that allow your money to serve your needs in ways that align with your values, your life goals, and the vision you have for your future. But it's not always as simple as it sounds, especially when we consider the complexities of aging and the increasing reliance on others. As you grow older, it might seem tempting to hand over the responsibility of managing your finances to your children, believing that they will take the reins and ensure your financial well-being. After all, they may be more familiar with the modern financial world, and it might feel like a way to lighten your load. However, from my experience and reflection, I've come to realize that doing so can carry substantial risks, especially if your children don't have the financial expertise or experience to manage such an important task. They may have the best intentions, but financial decisions are not always as straightforward as they seem. Managing money involves a deep understanding of budgeting, saving, investing, and long-term planning. Things that may not come naturally to everyone, no matter how much they love you. What I've learned over the years is that handing over complete control can sometimes lead to complications. It's not about doubting their abilities or intentions, but rather about recognizing that financial decisions, especially as we age, are deeply personal and can significantly affect your security, your sense of independence, and your future happiness. When I reflect on this, I realize that the act of maintaining control over your finances is not just a matter of practicality. It's a way to safeguard your peace of mind. After all, no one else knows your needs, values, or desires as intimately as you do. Taking charge of your finances means making decisions that reflect your priorities. It's not just about ensuring that you have enough money for your day-to-day expenses. It's about ensuring that your hard-earned savings are invested, spent, and saved in ways that align with the life you want to lead. Whether it's supporting causes you believe in, leaving a legacy for future generations, or simply living in a way that offers you comfort and security, these are choices that only you can make. And there is a deep, quiet satisfaction in knowing that you are the one steering the ship, rather than relying on others to navigate your financial path. That doesn't mean you should do it alone. Consulting with an expert, such as a financial planner or advisor, can be incredibly helpful. They can offer valuable insight and suggest strategies you might not have considered, especially when it comes to long-term planning. A professional can guide you in creating a plan for your retirement, help you understand tax implications, and provide advice on how to maximize your savings. But even with expert help, the final decisions should remain yours. A financial expert's role is to provide you with the knowledge and tools to make informed choices, but it's your values, your goals, and your vision that should guide the final decisions. It's about having control and ownership over your financial future. One of the most liberating aspects of keeping control is that it allows you to be present in your own financial life. You don't have to worry about second-guessing someone else's decisions or wondering if they are acting in your best interest. It gives you the confidence that your financial choices are aligned with your deepest values, whether that's ensuring that you're living a comfortable, worry-free life, that your savings are working toward your retirement goals, or that you're leaving a meaningful inheritance for your loved ones. By staying in control, you are securing not only your financial stability but also your emotional peace of mind. There is also something incredibly empowering about knowing that your financial destiny is in your hands. As you get older, there may be many things you cannot control. Our bodies change, our energy levels fluctuate, and certain aspects of life may be beyond our influence. But your finances are something you can shape, mold, and manage with intention. Maintaining control means you don't have to relinquish your autonomy or your peace of mind. It means that you're still actively participating in your life's journey, shaping it in a way that brings you satisfaction and confidence. The feeling of independence, of knowing that you are making the choices that matter most to you, is irreplaceable. Of course, it's essential to acknowledge that life changes, and as we age, we might face circumstances where it's necessary to rely on others. There may come a time when you need assistance, but even then, it's important to retain a level of involvement in decisions. By staying informed and engaged in your finances, you retain a sense of control, ensuring that no matter what happens, your wishes and desires are respected. In the end, your financial choices are more than just numbers on a page. They are an expression of your values, your independence, and your self-respect. They represent your ability to navigate the challenges of life on your terms. By taking control, you're not only securing your future but also embracing the wisdom and power that comes with taking responsibility for your financial life. It's about peace of mind, security, and the confidence that, no matter what, you've made decisions that reflect the person you are today and the person you want to be tomorrow. Don't ever let go of that power. You've earned it. 6. Your emotional energy. As we grow older, our emotional energy becomes one of our most precious resources, something we must guard and cherish with deep awareness. It is easy to forget how vital this energy is, especially when we are surrounded by people we love, our children, friends, family, who all need our support. But the reality is that, as we age, our emotional reserves become limited, and we can no longer afford to give endlessly without taking care of ourselves first. Our emotional well-being must take priority, not out of selfishness, but out of the understanding that only when we are strong and replenished can we offer genuine support to those around us. For many of us, the desire to be there for our children or loved ones is overwhelming. We want to solve their problems, help them navigate their struggles, and make their burdens lighter. It's natural to want to give our all to those we care about, but this impulse can slowly drain us over time if we don't set clear and healthy boundaries. The more we get involved in their emotional struggles, the more we can lose track of our own emotional needs. When we give too much of ourselves without resting, we can find ourselves in a place of emotional depletion, exhausted, overwhelmed, and no longer able to nurture ourselves, let alone those around us. This exhaustion can be soul-crushing. We may find ourselves feeling emotionally spent, caught in a never-ending cycle of trying to meet others' needs at the expense of our own. In those moments, it's easy to feel like we're failing, like we should be doing more, giving more. But we must remember that our emotional energy is finite. If we constantly pour from our cup without ever replenishing it, we will eventually have nothing left to give, and that affects everyone. Our relationships, our self-care, and our joy in life can all suffer when we forget to restore ourselves. Setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness, but an act of self-preservation. It's about acknowledging that, to be truly present for others, we need to be whole ourselves. It's about understanding that rest is not a luxury, but a necessity. By saying no when necessary, and by taking time to recharge, we are protecting not only our emotional health but also the health of our relationships. Setting boundaries creates space for us to breathe, reflect, and reconnect with our inner selves so that when we choose to give, we are doing so from a place of abundance rather than depletion. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It is crucial to remember that rest and self-care are not indulgent, they are essential. By taking time to nurture ourselves, we become more capable of supporting others. It's like the analogy of the oxygen mask on an airplane. We must put it on ourselves first before we can help others. Our ability to show up for our children, our partners, and our friends in a meaningful way depends on our ability to maintain our emotional balance. When we are well rested, when we feel emotionally strong, our ability to offer wisdom, guidance, and unconditional love becomes far more impactful. Taking time for ourselves may look different for each person. For some, it may mean taking long walks in nature to clear the mind. For others, it may be finding solace in a good book, meditation, or creative pursuits. Whatever it is, we must find activities that allow us to recharge, reflect, and rediscover the peace and clarity that resides within us. This time isn't just for our benefit, it's also for the benefit of the people we love. When we care for ourselves, we can give more freely, more generously, and with more authenticity. As we age, we often realize that the small, quiet moments we spend with ourselves, those moments of stillness and reflection, are some of the most precious. These are the times when we can process, heal, and prepare for whatever life brings next. It's in these moments of solitude that we reconnect with our inner strength, that we learn to trust ourselves again, and that we come to understand how much we truly have to offer. By respecting our emotional energy and setting the necessary boundaries, we not only preserve our well-being but also build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. When we are rested, rejuvenated, and emotionally fortified, we have so much more to give to others. Our love becomes deeper, our presence becomes richer, and our ability to support those around us is enhanced in ways we never imagined. So, I encourage you to permit yourself to rest. Give yourself the time and space to recharge without guilt. Protect your emotional energy fiercely, for when you do, you will not only your own life but also the lives of those you love. You are worthy of care, and by nurturing yourself, you allow your love to flourish, bringing more joy and connection into your life and the world around you. 7. The weight of the past. Life is a complex journey, one that stretches over decades and is shaped by the countless experiences we encounter along the way. Each of these experiences, whether joyous or painful, leaves an indelible mark on us, molding us into the individuals we are today. The lessons we learn are woven into the very fabric of our existence, each one a part of our personal story. As we grow older, it becomes natural to want to share this wisdom with the younger generations, to guide them along the paths we've walked. But, as much as we may want to offer our guidance, we must be mindful of the weight of our pasts. We must be careful not to burden those we love with our history, our struggles, and our unresolved pain. The temptation to impart our hard-earned lessons is often overwhelming. After all, we've walked through life with its highs and lows, its triumphs and losses, and we've come out on the other side. We want our children to learn from our experiences, to avoid the pitfalls we fall into. It's only natural to want to spare them from the mistakes we made, to guide them towards a smoother, less painful road. But here's the reality. The weight of our past can, if we aren't careful, become a burden rather than a gift. When we impose our experiences too forcefully on our children, when we demand that they avoid the mistakes we made or follow the same path we took, we risk stifling their growth. They must make their own mistakes, experience their heartbreaks, and yes, sometimes fail to learn. It's a painful truth, but a necessary one. Each generation must carve out its path. Just as we learn from our missteps, so too must our children learn from theirs. There is no way to avoid this fundamental part of the human experience. We can offer guidance, we can share the wisdom we've gained from our journey, but we cannot live their lives for them. And when we try, when we impose our past on them too heavily, we not only deny them the chance to grow, but also deny ourselves the joy of seeing them blossom into the individuals they are meant to be. This is one of the most profound and painful aspects of being a parent. To let go of the need to control, to stop trying to protect them from everything, and to trust that they will find their way, even if that means they must stumble along the way. But there is a way to transform the past from a burden into a gift. If we can learn to see our experiences not as chains but as tools of wisdom, we can pass on the essence of our lessons without overwhelming our children. We can share the wisdom we've gained, not as a strict set of rules to follow, but as an invitation to think, to explore, to grow in their way. Instead of dictating their choices or trying to control their journey, we can offer our insights with love and understanding, always remembering that they must walk their path. This is the true meaning of guidance. Not forcing them to follow our footsteps, but providing them with the knowledge that will help them make their own decisions, stand tall in the face of adversity, and navigate life on their terms. I'll admit, this is not an easy lesson for me to embrace. As a parent, it's hard not to want to protect my children from the hurt and disappointment that life inevitably brings. I want to shield them from the heartache I've endured and the struggles I've faced. But the truth is, I've learned far more from my mistakes than from my successes. I've grown stronger, wiser, and more resilient because I've faced hardship head-on, not because I've avoided it. And my children, too, will need to experience their challenges to grow. It's the most difficult thing as a parent, to step back and allow them to make their own choices, to fall and rise again, without stepping in to try and fix everything. But it's also the most important thing I can do for them. By letting go of the weight of my past, by transforming it from a burden into a tool for guidance, I can create a space where my children can truly flourish. I can offer them the gift of my wisdom without suffocating their growth. And in doing so, I also find a deeper sense of peace. The present becomes so much more meaningful when I embrace the idea that I am not defined by my past. The past has shaped me, yes, but it does not have to control me or my relationship with my children. It is not a burden to be carried, but a source of strength to be shared. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. In the end, this is what I believe to be the most profound gift I can offer to my children. The space to be themselves, to learn from their own experiences, to make their own mistakes, and to know that they are supported, not burdened by the wisdom I've gained. And as I watch them grow, as I see them take the lessons I've shared and apply them in their own lives, I will know that I've done my part. I've given them the freedom to live their lives to the fullest, to build their futures, and to walk their paths with confidence and strength. The past, then, is not a weight to be carried, but a foundation upon which they can build their own beautiful, unique journeys. 8. Control your life. At this stage in life, you deserve to be the master of your decisions. Too often, as we grow older, we may find ourselves relinquishing control, letting others, especially our children, make choices for us. It's a natural tendency, perhaps born out of a desire for comfort, or simply because it can feel easier to let others step in and take over. But, oh, how dangerous this can be for our sense of self. When we allow others to decide for us, we risk losing a precious part of who we are. Our autonomy, our dignity, and the very essence of our being begins to slip away. It's important to remember that we have the right, no, the responsibility, to continue managing our own lives. The simple act of making decisions, whether big or small, is one of the most powerful ways to preserve our sense of purpose. It's what keeps us alive, vibrant, and truly living, not just existing. By staying active in the decisions that shape our days, we maintain the role of protagonist in our own story. And when you make choices based on your values, your beliefs, your dreams, well, that is where true fulfillment comes from. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Say no when something doesn't align with your heart or your needs. It's not selfish, it's essential. This is not only about living a life of freedom and dignity, it's about peace of mind. It's about knowing that when you look back on your life, you can say that you shaped it and that you were the one who directed your path. You become an example, not just for your children, but for yourself as well. When you show your children that you have the strength to stand up for yourself, to say no, and to make decisions that reflect your innermost truths, you give them something more valuable than any material gift. You show them what it means to live a life of integrity, and in doing so, you help them grow stronger, more responsible, and more capable. Retirement, contrary to what many may think, is not just about winding down. It's about rediscovering who you are and making the most of the precious years ahead. It's a time to reclaim your independence, reconnect with your passions, and, yes, strengthen the relationships you have with those you love. But in doing so, you must remain vigilant. You must maintain boundaries that protect your independence, and sometimes that means letting go of expectations. Expectations that might come from your children, who may have the best of intentions but don't always understand your needs. Buddhist wisdom offers a profound lesson here. Balance is key in all areas of life. Relationships with our children are no different. You don't owe them everything. By refraining from giving them certain things and certain expectations, you create a space for mutual respect. You guide them toward adulthood in a way that prepares them to face life with resilience and wisdom of their own. You don't need to sacrifice yourself for them. You've already given them the gift of life, and now it's time for you to nurture your own. In doing so, you model for them the power of self-care, and you give them the chance to become the kind of adults who can stand on their own. You deserve to be happy, to be at peace with yourself, to feel the quiet joy that comes from living life on your terms. Never forget that your well-being is as important as anyone else's and that taking care of yourself does more than just benefit you. It benefits everyone around you. So take control, hold fast to your values, and keep living with purpose. After all, you are the one who knows what's best for you. You always have been. As we come to the end of this video, I hope you've taken away something valuable today. Whether it's the importance of maintaining control over your life, making decisions that align with your values, or embracing the autonomy that allows you to live with dignity and purpose. Think about what you've learned so far, and reflect on how you can put it into practice in your own life. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you're going to bring into your life? Please share it with me in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to live with intention and independence, no matter our age. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support helps us create more meaningful content for you. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep living your best life.